Okay, so naglalaro ako sa Xbox. Tara, start game tayo. Alam ko yung... Ito, isa lang naman save ko. Dito ko palang sisimulan yung ating timer.
Do you know if the pod system has stops along the way?
It does not. We are arriving at the track terminus now.
Okay, so konting recap na lang. May pagka-spoiler ano kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung episode 1. Nag-crash lang tayo sa Earth, future Earth. Ito na lang yung natira sa Earth. Hinahanap natin kung nasaan yung mga tao dito, bakit walang tao. Tapos may parang artificial intelligence dito na iba-iba eh. Si Control, sino pa ba? Si Empathy. Mga
Like a settlement. Can't believe how well preserved it is.
You think people could be alive in there? You should really consider
bumalik dito.
before you speak. And then consider not speaking.
Logic. As long as life support is functional, it's not entirely
Hello, Jasper.
impossible that someone's taken up here.
Or they could be zombies.
Well, that settles it.
Baka naging zombie yung mga tao. Hello, Gion.
Dare. We might need him.
May mga puzzle na ganda. Papakinggan ko ano yung clue sa puzzle na to.
Ooh, more buttons.
You really are unburdened by intellect, aren't you?
What's the pattern here?
It's the Latin zes.
Huh?
Right, slower processors. You might call it a backwards Z or Z. And you'll need to make it
Backward
the
Z.
full
Okay,
width
okay.
of the
Alam ko na. Baliktad na letter Z. Okay, no problem.
Having PAL running in the background is making us all a little stupider.
Baliktad na letter Z. Okay, no problem
I can
yan.
always switch him back if we need to burn something.
Actually, hindi ko nga alam kung nalalarin ko sa TikTok mamaya eh. Hindi ako 100%. Ano ba Z pag ganun yun, di ba? So instead na dumanggagaling dito.
Do you know what backwards is?
Yeah.
Do you know what a Z looks like?
Yeah.
There.
Oh. Uy, inaabangan ko maganda kasi. Oo nga eh. Alam pa na-solve ko na to last time eh. So eto na. Makikita na ba natin si Grace?
I've been thinking about why anyone would want Grace to be shut down. And I wonder if there could have been a flaw in her base programming.
Like what?
Control and empathy programming
Ito si Logic kausap natin eh.
power away from cognitive ability.
Which way am I going?
Zomboid.
The big colorful doors. As I was saying, empathy interferes with practical decision making. Control is a 4-year-old.
You are a 4-year-old.
Please stop.
4-year-old bata lang. So ito hindi natin mabuksan last time.
The key to restoring Grace may be about understanding her potential flaws.
Are you going to tell me the pattern?
You think we're flaws?
Having a few flaws is perfectly all right.
Logic sounds jealous to me.
Jealous?
Hindi natin na-solve last time to eh.
You can't even open doors without me.
Where are you going with this?
We'll talk again once you can tell me whoever it is. Figure
Eto.
that out, and I'll grant
I
you
think this is a
access to
spam.
make
It's a nonsense question.
Access?
Next time makita ko to or makita nyo mod, pakiban na lang sa channel.
She has no way to do things without.
Useless comment, useless everything.
Create another hybrid?
May naban na ako niya, 3 na yata. So mod, pag may nakita kayong ganoon, auto-ban nyo na.
Try?
Stop. You'll burn the place down. I will run a logic and empathy configuration as long
Mas maganda pa nagpa-shoutout ka na lang.
to allow PAL here to do
Sinautot
every
pa kita.
configuring of our process.
Ay, thank you, Gabriel.
I don't think that smart lady likes me very much.
So hindi natin mabubuksan to.
Hello, Addy. Where do you want to start?
Can we start with the security door to the settlement elevator?
They are encrypted. It would take me days to work out the pattern.
Is there any other way into the settlement?
There is a room off to the side that does not have an encrypted entry. Perhaps we'll find something helpful there.
So pupunta tayo dito, okay.
So you can open these ones?
They have simple passcodes. I can retrieve and play back for you. You will need to enter the sequence manually.
Madali lang. Ayan. Meme po ata yan. Eh, kasi useless eh. Useless yung ganun eh. Minsan sinasagot ko na ilang beses, nasasayang rin lang. Alam niyo yung mga nagko-comment na parang bot lang, yung katulad ng another quality content. Yung gano'n, alam niyo. Parang nonsense. Ayan, yung mga nonsense lang. Pampasikip lang sa chat natin.
This looks like another control room.
Nasolve ko na to eh.
These are data banks?
Yes, they contain flight records to and from the Spire.
Anything interesting about the records?
The bookings seem to be coming from internal servers, meaning the trip planning and coordination is all done here.
Where are people traveling from?
Everywhere. Destinations seem very evenly distributed throughout the solar system.
Oo nga, paulit-ulit eh, nonsense eh. Eh, tayo dito live, we're interacting, nag-uusap tayo. Kunyari kausap ako, ganun. Nonsense. Tanggalin mo na lang sa usapan, di ba, pampagulo lang. Kasi ganun lang i-comment dun eh, paulit-ulit lang eh, nonsense. Tanggalin mo na lang dun.
Equipment.
This looks carefully removed.
Okay. Ano na nga bang ginawa ko dito
This
last
must
time?
be the Spire structure. It must be in this section here. Can you tell me where Grace's processors are located?
You would need to access the console, which is directly across from the map.
Alam ko may map ako dito eh. Ito nga pala, may ilaw tayo. Paano na nga yung map? Wala. Directly from the map. Console directly from the map. Okay. Hindi rin sinasabi dito kung anong current objective. Discover Everett. Sino si Everett? Liwanag? So tapos na to, na-click na natin. May clickable pa ba dito? Anong clickable dito to?
Is this the console?
Yes, this is where humans can track activity within the Spire. Elements of the interface are missing. I'm not sure I can access it.
I think my comm device can be calibrated to connect.
Of course, yes. Let's give that a try.
I-hack daw. Okay.
There are records here of people who have occupied the rooms over the years.
Nakalimutan ko na to. Paano nga ba mag-hack? Kailangan mapuno. Mapuno yung bar. Yan.
Got it.
Do we know the Spire's capacity?
50 units.
Isa pa. Okay. Maraming na-hack.
There it is. There are millions of names here.
Millions.
Database pala nila to.
Well done.
A million people cycled through here. No one could have lived here that long.
A few weeks at most, by my estimates.
Tapos.
Okay, I found record of an Everett who stayed on the 3rd floor.
Hello, Miss Yu. Good evening.
There is no record of him leaving the Spire.
Nagkasakit po ako kaya di kita nakawatch. Okay lang yun.
Who lived here?
Get well
You
soon.
logic?
Hardly. It does nothing to explain why Grace would be calling to him.
So I'll need to find a way up to the 3rd floor.
Okay, 3rd
Perhaps
floor.
we can find one on the Spire map.
Fire map. Ito. Okay, sige.
All right. What are we looking for?
Grace processors are located at the top of the structure, as might be expected. There is also a massive radio beacon.
The beacon is the key, Addie. You must go now to activate the beacon to call the masses back to the Spire.
Just a few minutes ago, you wanted me to leave on my ship.
The beacon is the answer. It has always been the answer.
Aakyat tayo.
Okay. Can you get me to the beacon then? Control?
Control will not be able to override security.
Then we need to learn more about Everett.
Here's the room where Everett once stayed.
Ooh, maybe we can see it from the balcony.
Possibly, but I don't see a viable route to get there.
Reach level 3. Okay, paano ako pupunta sa level 3? Kanina sabi sa balcony. Meron ba tayong makukuha clue dito?
I can see apartments.
Those are on level 2.
Well, if
Saan
we
level
get to that
3? Doon?
balcony, maybe we can find a way to level 3.
Akit daw tayo. Paano ako akyat? Pwede ba akong tumalon dito? How do I go up? Beam. O yan yung beam. Hindi, wala eh. Ano ako akyat? Ito! Oo nga naman! Oo nga naman! Para kang hindi naglalaro ng Assassin's Creed. Akyat.
I can climb this.
I suppose.
Climb.
I don't see many other options.
Assassin's Creed, man. We go up. Tapos, nadaan tayo dito. Oo.
It's pretty much a straight shot across. Looks sturdy enough.
Teka.
Even in low G, a fall could result in an injury.
I've already fallen
Don't
a few
worry.
times from this height.
Careful, Addy.
Dahan-dahan.
You broke a leg. How would you get back to your ship?
You sound like my mom.
Oo. Kinakabahan ako. Nagrarumble yung controller ko ah.
Whoa.
Oh, no! Oh!
Are you okay?
Fine, but you can't be yelling things while I'm trying to cross.
So, you're going to try again after that? You
Yeah.
really broke your neck, Addy.
Yep, you're totally.
Falling's kind of fun. It's like really short flying.
Sige, bahala kayo dyan. Ito li, akit. Okay, akit. So guys, baka random game lalarin ko na baka konting Roblox, konting Pal World, grind ng konti, laro ng ibang Xbox Game Pass. Bahala na, basta pag TikTok, anything goes. Baka hindi maganda dumaan dito. Dapat dito. Ay hindi, isa lang talaga. Paano ba kasi mag-balance?
Be careful.
Kasama ata sa story na nalaglag siya eh.
Quiet, please.
Paano ba nalalaglag to?
Just concentrate on your breathing.
Step forward. Ayun no. Wag lang mabilis.
Yikes.
Oh. Stop.
So exciting.
Stop.
Breathe, Addy.
Stop. Breathe. Hinga. Okay, go.
Very good. Now keep walking.
Kasama sa story yun, yung nalalaglag ka sa simula.
Can't watch.
Buti nga, mababa lang eh. Ay,
I knew
salamat.
you could do it.
You should really try running across next time.
I'm hoping there won't be.
Oo nga, kung nauna yung ulo. Ay, hindi, may helmet to ah. Oh, there's a bed in here. Teka lang, kung may mga tao dati dito, bakit walang damit? If namatay sila, yung mga parang damit or corpse, mga buto-buto, mga ganyan. Di ba dinosaurs nga, tagal nang nawala sa Earth? May mga traces pa rin ng bones nila. Bakit yung tao, totally walang clue? Ganyan lang, bed.
Looks pretty empty. Maybe the rooms were for short work contracts.
2-week work contracts?
Or were people just visiting the spire?
Tignan ko nga ito, ano ba ito?
People sat or knelt here.
This was a place for meditation.
Meditation.
This looks
pala.
like a shrine.
To honor Grace.
That must be her symbol.
Honor Grace? Parang Diyos nila si Grace? Okay. Kinain sila ng artificial intelligence. Pinatay lahat ng tao na to. Sige, check na lahat. Check ng machi-check.
Some weird little lavatory.
They've changed much over the years.
CR!
I've seen weirder. I've seen ones where people sat on ceramic bowls of water.
Okay, CR.
If they pooped in the water, what did they drink?
So dito ka maliligo. Ano yung buta sa baba doon madidrain? Isa ka magpup-pup. Iihe, walang problema yan. Saka magpup-pup. Baka separate. Nabubuksan ba ito? Hindi.
Well, check out the rooms, I guess.
Buksan ko nga ilaw.
Look for a way to the next level.
Sabi daw, reach level 3. So, yun na yung pataas, di ba? Pero may mga taas na ako. Napunta tayo sa level 3 eh. Ito.
I'll light up the pattern for you.
Okay. Parang ang sarap maglaro ng Bioshock ulit. Have you ever watched Avatar? Yung ano lang, yung luma, hindi ko pa na-watch yung bago. Tignan nyo, wala talagang trace ng human.
Another empty bedroom.
Mga kama-kama. Ano nangyari? Na-decompose silang lahat? Sinacrifice sila sa computer, ginawa silang parang fuel, ano ba? Di ba third floor na to?
I don't see a way up.
Di dito. Ayun o, may akyatan doon sa room na yun. Nung punta tayo doon. Dapat tumatagal naging weird tong lugar na to. So far, wala pang jumpscare, ano? Ang pogi mo today. Thank you. Teka lang, doon sa baba. Ito, may daan dito. Ano to? Ano to? Pwede ko naman pindutin to?
You still don't know whoever it is, do you?
Oo, hindi nga eh. Kailangan natin malaman muna si Everett para ma-decode natin yung password na yun kasi may connection kay Everett yung yung code.
Here's the code.
Not much here either.
Uy, ano yan? May gamit doon. First time nakakita ng gamit. Uy, tanggal yung tanggal yung takip ng yung
One's made off with the mattress.
As a souvenir, maybe.
Inalis yung mattress. Sino bang nagtatanggal ng mattress? Tinunaw yung mga tao. Mga gusto nyo lang magpa-shoutout eh. Ay, sobra pala lapit ng cam ko. Sorry, kaya pala pogi ka ng pogi. Sorry. Barrels, tinunaw yung mga tao.
So visitors brought in their own food.
Napanood niyo yung Breaking Bad?
Stay for long then. It's like they were on pilgrimages.
Inaalis nila yung ebidensya sa mga pinapatay nila. Tinunaw sa asido. Zombie lab cure. Kaya mo, sa dami na lang nilaro natin eh. Hindi ko na nga rin lalaroin. Mamaya, mix mamaya tayo. Hindi ko alam kung anong lalaroin ko kung Roblox nga talaga or what. Napakalinaw ng salamin. Akala ko pwede ako lumabas. Ito, pwede ba ako lumabas dito? May nakita akong akyatan. Ito, nakita ko kanina. May daan pa ba dito sa side? Wala na dito. Zoishi work, immersion ba o real work ka na? Alin ba? About kay Zoo. Halika, kaya tayo. Let's go.
We still have one level to go.
One level.
There's another beam here. I think it's a shortcut.
It is more direct, but
Asang beam ito?
you're better off finding a way through the apartments. Besides, I know how much you like to explore.
Sabi ng isa, dumaan daw ako sa beam para shortcut. Sabi ng isa, wag daw dyan. Mag-explore daw ako doon ng mga apartments. Shortcut or explore? Explore tayo, baka may makuha tayong clue. Mamaya malaglag pa ako dyan. Mamaya malaglag pa ako eh. Hello?
I guess if you don't want to do the beam stuff, that's okay.
Here's the code.
Ay, wag pinahiro. Sabi, gusto mo mag... So it's either palakasin mo yung memory mo or tumawid ka. Ano ba talaga? Natandaan nyo? Isa pa nga. Hindi ko natandaan eh. Iniisip ko 3 lang eh. Hindi ko alam.
Again. That's not it.
Ay, mali.
It might be better to take the shortcut across the beam.
Dinedemonyo ako. Ano daw, tumawid na ako sa shortcut. Hindi.
Again, Addy.
Alam ka na.
I don't see any signs of unrest or violence.
And they left little behind.
Baka may makita tayong clue eh. Yung isa shortcut lang, mamaya mabalian tayo na mamatay pa tayo. Wow, what's this?
What are these?
From what I can tell, they're audio recordings.
Of what, I wonder?
We would require a playback device to learn more. There may be a way to access the recording through your wrist communicator with the aid of a signal amplifier. But that would only be possible by adding an element of control to my logic processing capabilities.
So you need to create a control and logic configuration.
Like a little brother?
Well, it's the only combination left. May as well, Mom.
All right.
Ayan, magko-combine si ano.
Hello?
Maybe he's sleeping.
So you require a tool upgrade.
It's a boy.
We were hoping you could set up my comm device to help play back recordings.
Already done. Just hold your device up to the canister.
Sige, pakinggan natin kung anong sinasabi dito.
You will be able to access the recording the same way you've been connecting to other systems.
Okay.
Okay. May malalaman tayong clue dyan. Ba't nawala yung mga tao? Ano kaya ending nito, no?
Hey, Grace. So I'm pretty sure I was the youngest person on the flight here and the only Darksider, which was a bit of a surprise. My friends are still sending me halos on what to wish for, mostly stupid suggestions. And my parents made me promise to not waste it on something boyfriend-related, which I agree would also be stupid. So, here it goes. I wish for the lunar terraform to be finished. We're lucky enough to be in the dome, but thousands of kids are still stuck in the tunnels, and their families don't have enough money to take Earth trips. So they've never really been in a space wider than 3 meters without a pea suit, which really sucks. So whatever you can do to make that happen would be great. Thanks, Grace.
I'd hate to tell her, but the terraform never happened. People came here to make wishes?
For Grace to grant?
I'm unclear how she would go about granting the wishes of so many visitors.
So itong lugar na to parang pilgrimage area. Pumunta yung mga tao dito to pray for Grace, to make wishes. How can a computer make a wish come true? I wonder.
Well, nothing to climb here.
Naiintriga ako naiintriga dito. Ano kaya ending na? Pero ayoko malaman agad. Gusto ko unti-unti.
What should we call the new config?
I do not require a name.
Might make it easier if you had one.
I will let you know if a suitable name occurs.
At least nakabuo tayo ng another ano.
Two. Here you go.
Kala mo ha? Nasanay lang kasi ako sa
Someone tore this apart.
And took the pieces somewhere?
You're right. That's certainly interesting.
Kanina tinanggal yung mattress. Yung kutsyon ng kama ngayon tinanggal din tas sinira pa. Okay. May nagwawala ditong tao. Okay, nagtatransform naging zombie. I think this is the era where AI took over.
Another dead end.
Nakakatakot ang future. If AI goes wrong, if yung AI kinonect sa isang system na kaya mag-control ng mga robotic soldier, oh no, Terminator. Oh, sira. Eh di nakabukas na.
Someone's removed the keypad. I can't help but feel there's an organized effort to dismantle parts
May
of the
tao
spire.
dito, I mean.
Doesn't seem hidden enough to be sabotage. and it's too precise to be random vandalism.
What about Tomb Raiders?
I considered that, but they've left most of the valuable stuff. Figure this was left here as a token, or an offering?
Ano to? Parang statue ng dragon or something. Okay, buti hindi ako gina-jumpscare nito kasi parang ano na ako, freaked out na yung feeling ko eh. Dagdagan ko pa ng jumpscare to. Ha? Dagdagan ko pa ng jumpscare to, wala na. Magugulat na talaga ako. Pinag-iisip ka.
I've got one! We can name him Pal Jr.
Pal
Thinking
Jr.
something that sums up what he does.
I can do many things. Pretty much anything you require.
So you're a jack of all trades.
So we could call you Jack.
What do you think of that, Jack?
I will answer
Jack
to
of all
then,
trades, naging
if you
Jack.
like.
Meron ang VR na parang makikita mo na yung mga apps.
This is level 3.
Level 3, ito na.
That's
Ayan na.
evidence of Everett.
Okay, hanapin na lang natin si Everett, yung clue kay Everett.
What's the code?
Of course.
I am able to enter the codes directly if you would like.
Ay, kaya mo?
Do it on her own, if she wants.
Ay, ikaw na. Jack, open. Oy, si Jack naman pala eh. Isang click lang kay Jack.
You can do this one.
Oh! We have an AI now, my man. We're improving, my man. We should use Jack. See? Hindi ko na kailangan input ngayon. Nandiyan na si Jack.
Any way of knowing if this was Everett's room?
The records only give the level. We'll just have to look around.
Aha, maduming kama. May kakagamit lang dito. At hindi na niligpit. Another voice device. Ano ba yun? Hirap pa.
Hello, Grace. I've thought much about what I'd say when I got here. I know it's important for my parents that I make my wish count. So, I guess I wish for them to be proud of me. Thank you, Grace.
Teka. Bakit nila nire-record sa isang canister yung kanilang mga wish? Ang ginagawa ba nila, nire-record nila sa ganito tapos nilalagay ba sa ganito? And then pinapadala sa isang computer system para ma-analyze yung wish ng tao?
Let's try this one.
Ganun ba yun?
Hey, Grace. I really don't know why you would choose me. I guess no one really knows why they're called to the Spire, but I'm greatly honored. At my age, I thought
That's all I can recover from this one.
Sounds like Grace chose who came here.
Hello, Jazz. Good evening.
Explains why Grace arranged all the flights to...
Ilagay mo saan to? Sa
She
Discord
was in
para
control
maaalala
of
ko.
it all.
Ayun o, pinapadala nila dito tapos napupunta kay Grace. Okay. Baka may isa doon nag-wish. Hello, Grace. I wish the end of the world. Tapos ginawa ni Grace ang end of the world. Pinasabog. I wish nuclear or something. Na-miss ko yung arc mo, kuya. Bumalik ako sa luma mong vid. Sige, ganito na lang. Friday bukas. Sige, promise. Bukas ha. Bukas arc tayo. Sige, Friday. Ayan, matagal lang na ano yung arc na yan. Sige, bukas. May nag-wish oh. Hello, Grace. I wish for more nuclear bombs on the... May nag-wish ng masama. Meron bang daan doon? Dito muna. Pero meron din dito eh. Ito na muna. Sarap mag-explore eh. Marami ka natututunan.
Here you go.
I don't need to look. You see? Jack, open! Oh. Jack, open!
This?
Here you are.
Jack, open. Mamaya si Jack. Oh, you're abusing me, huh? Oh, I will do something bad. Yung AI kasi, matalino yan and precise. Katulad yung driving car, di ba? May mga self-driving car na ginagamit ngayon. Yung mga Tesla cars. Yung ibang pasahero na natutulog na nga sa loob, which is bawal eh. So may power na yung mga yon to control your vehicles. Ang dilim ah. Literally, kung gusto ng AI mambangga ng tao, kukontrolin yung sasakyan niya. Mabangga ng tao.
Mark Anthony here. Been moving around, keeping my head down. Won't be long before they start blaming us for schmutzing up the tubes.
What? What? By the way, kuya, magkakaroon ng new arc second. Map arc ascent. Okay. Kuya, kaboses mo po si Arch Shakes. I-google ko nga yan si Arch Shakes? Bakit ano ba siya? Is he a radio announcer? Is he somebody? Tapos nung ginugol ko, para palang duck. Uy, ano to? Scarf. Okay.
Looks like Olympia Mon colors. I guess the team's old enough.
Sa tingin niyo masama si Grace? Tsaka kaya yung salarin dito. O biktima rin si Grace. Hindi ko mahaka.
This is Mark Anthony Wong, and I was called to Grace from our station Phoenix. Not sure if anyone will hear this, but the whole tube system is shut down right now. People are not happy, and I'm getting a little scared, to be honest. I'll be locking myself in until the shuttle returns, and I'm leaving this in case something really bad happens.
That's
Nasira.
ominous.
Nasira yung wishing system nila yan, o yung pag-wish, yung to. Nasira, hindi daw happy yung mga tao. So nagrebelde sila, nagalit sila kay Grace? Ano ba yan? Ano ginawa nila?
My wish? Oh, I'll tell you my wish. 10 years ago, we're on Venus at the Big Dome. Huge crowd. Olympia Mons favored 4-1, loses 5-1. 6 years ago, on Earth against South Union, loses 2-1. 2 years ago, South Union again, this time up north, I took the boys 3 months round trip. They go 90 minutes, no score. Extra time, no score. South Union takes it again in penalties. You want my wish, Gracie? The next World Cup is on Mars. I wish that Olympia faces South Union again and destroys them, like Space Me Out the Airlock humiliated. That would be a game. That's my wish. So how do I end this?
Olympia's still.
Oh, ayan na nga ba yung wish na parang ano eh.
Grace was rendered inactive by football hooligans.
Grace likely fostered sports as an alternative outlet for uncontrolled aggression. Of course, people would come to her to share their passions.
Baka na misinterpret ni Grace yung destroy the game, or baka kasi di ba sa atin kumbaga ano ba yung mga kasabihan na hindi naman literal, katulad ng ang lupit, di ba? Lupit is parang cruel. Hindi naman ibig sabihin malupit talaga yung tao. Kumbaga parang cool, di ba? Lupit. Baka ginawa ni Grace, niliteral niya yung wish ng tao. Destroy the game, talagang dinestroy talaga. Ayan, kasi wish kayo ng wish. Wish comes true, bala kayo dyan. May dama dito. Meron sa baba. Meron din sa taas. Sige, dito na muna ako. Ginawa niyan literal.
Here you go.
Di ka natitignan yan? Jack!
Jack?
Jack, my main! My main! You're the main! Wow! Ano pumanda dito? Team Hokage sa Sand Kingdom. Aba, may something nang nangyayari dito, ha? Nag-vandalize na team. Ano to?
Only Grace.
Are we allowed to draw on the windows here?
Certainly not. The people who did this were looking for trouble.
Sa tingin ko, ano si Grace? Biktima ata. Ayan, yan, oh, yo, make me cool. Ayan, oh, tapos ginawa ka talagang yellow. Baka ginawa niyang literal.
They were tracking something here. Terracycles, maybe?
They'd lost sync with Earth?
Or the spire lost power.
Ito, wala na to.
I don't recognize these words. They look like technical or medical terms. A list of supplies, maybe.
Or a list of demands?
Naiintriga ako, naiintriga. Pwede ba tapusin na natin tong game na to? Dire-diretso. Mag-marathon tayo, tapusin ko ito. Parang di ako matutulog eh.
Tube system is no longer accepting wishes. If anyone knows how to reach Keeper Everett, please let him know.
So si Everett, engineer.
It sounds like keepers were spire caretakers.
When did Everett stay on this floor?
2955.
That's 20 years before this message was recorded.
So he stayed on after his visit and became a keeper? Why was there no record of that?
I would think answers lie at the other end of these vacuum tubes.
From what I can tell, the tube system runs through the central elevator shaft.
Logic? You gonna let us in, considering we know Everett was a keeper?
But do you know what a keeper is?
We'll need access to the elevator to learn more.
Ah, a classic paradox.
Logic.
Fine. If you're done snooping around, I will grant you access to the
Ayun.
elevator. Or you could uncover more candidates.
Sige, uncover pa.
More about the people.
Sige.
Reaching the beacon is the priority. You must move on.
Hindi. I will learn more. So si Everett, para siyang taga-ayos. Kumbaga pag may something wrong with the wishes, ang lalapitan mo si Everett. Siguro isa siyang technician or keeper ang tawag sa kanila eh. Okay. Naku, wala na akong problema dito. Huwag nyo na ibigay kasi. Ipabigay nyo na lang kay Jack.
This one too, Jack.
Masyado ako maasa kay Jack, biglang nawala si Jack. Ayun o, 2 canister na naman. What can I learn?
Logic will open the way to the beacon. You must go to the elevator.
No!
Hold your horses.
Easy ka lang. Di naman tayo nagmamadali eh. Inaalam nga natin kung ano nangyari.
Doubt you'll ever get this message, Grace. We've been waiting weeks now. I hope Keeper Everett is okay. I've been told his sermons are wonderful. And I hope he will be able to deliver the word of grace again soon. Make things work. I'd like you to know that we still love you and think about you. Great comfort to our family over the years. We've all made the for us. With your wisdom, you are missed.
So Grace would receive wishes and then leave people with instruction in the form of sermons. Could that really be all there was to it?
Ideas are powerful. Perhaps just returning with a more enlightened perspective was enough to move society toward common goals.
Ganun pala.
Grace must have had some control over planetary infrastructure, if she was to have had the influence you suspect.
Magwi-wish ka kay Grace, bibigyan ka ni Grace ng advice. So advisor pala si Grace. Okay, now I know.
Why do you insist on defying me?
Sandali lang.
Starting to enjoy it.
Sandali lang. Easy ka lang. Bakit ba nagmamadali ka? Ano ka ba?
Jisha, she was so excited when I got the summons. We talked about this for months, who we could help, who was most deserving. She honestly believed we could come up with a wish that could make everything perfect. Thank you for choosing me. And thank you for letting me delay coming here. I want to be true to her memory, her wishes, her unlimited love for humanity. But my only wish, the only thought I have, is to have her back. I want her back.
Sino?
Couldn't have actually been anything Grace could have done for her.
Grace allowed her to voice her grief.
Okay. Pabuksan na natin elevator, wala na yata akong pupuntahan. So sabi nila marami tayong malalaman doon sa pinagbabagsakan ng mga tube. Siguro nandun lahat ng wish ng mga tao. Nandun siguro nag-ipon lahat ng mga kuno ng wish. So can we go now? Ito, isa na lang, tas bababa na tayo. And then pa elevator na ata to. Sige, tapusin ko na to.
Here you go.
Alamin na natin lahat.
Jack?
Jack. Tinamad na eh. Jack. Wow,
Hey,
dilim.
what happened to the lights?
Dilim,
I believe Control has turned them off, Addy.
Not cool, boss. Control?
You'll need to use your helmet light.
Pinatay ni Control yung ilaw kasi gusto na tayong sumakay sa elevator. Di natin siya sinusunod. Control wag mo kaming gugulatin ha. Si Control, pinatayan ako ng ilaw eh. Control ka nga talaga.
So I've been thinking a lot, and I feel like, there's been peace for like centuries now, right? But I watch the old Halos, and there's wars, and bad guys, and pirates, and people who need saving, and it's exciting, right? And of course, it's awful, people dying, but I feel like there's no way to, prove yourself? Nothing to fix or protect? Does that make any sense? I just want something, anything at all to happen. I guess that's what I wish for. Not like a war or anything, just something.
Masyado nang naboboard yung tao.
Like me.
I think this was the last room.
It is.
Finally.
Masyado na naboboard yung tao kasi masyado na raw peaceful for a long time. So sabi na may isang gustong nag-wish, make something happen. Ano kayang ginawa ni Grace? Ginawa zombie mga tao? Hindi rin pala maganda kapag masyadong peace.
I've been instructed by Grace to make a wish. Not something big and altruistic, not for someone else, but for me. A real, honest wish, my heart's true desire. Honestly, this long flight to the middle of nowhere, months without my family, missing the harvest with a per diem that barely covers expenses, for what? Some mystical song and dance that makes us feel like we're somehow part of this robot theocracy. This whole thing, the temple, the hushed tones, the awe that people seem to show this place is ridiculous. My honest wish is to be left alone long enough to actually make some headway on the farm and pull in a decent crop.
It doesn't sound like everyone was happy to come.
Hindi na happy yung mga tao.
For Grace to understand what made people unhappy was just as important as knowing what made them content.
Sa bagay tayo nga eh.
This is.
It must have been done in anger.
I believe fear also played a part here.
Fear of the robot theocracy.
Tayo nga naging peaceful, di ba? Meron tayong United Nations. Nagpa-progress yung mundo. Every once in a while, nagigera. Ewan ko ba? Papagandahin natin yung lugar and we will destroy it with war. Alam niyo ba if matutuloy yung wag naman sana yung nuclear war? magkakaroon yun ng ng tinatawag na atomic winter. Ang mangyayari kasi noon, pag sunod-sunod nagpaputok ng nuclear, yung nuclear, yung usok, yung mushroom, tataas yun, mas mataas pa sa doon sa mga clouds. Kapag nangyari yun, yung usok na yun, tatagal yun sa atmosphere natin. Hindi siya mawawash away ng rain. Kasi napunta yung usok, yung mushroom cloud of gas, mas mataas pa sa rain, doon sa mga rain clouds. So hindi mawawash yun, hindi matatanggal. Ang mangyayari nun sa Earth, mabablock niya yung sun. Kaya tinatawag nila yung winter, ano ba yun? Winter nuclear ba yun? Matagal yun bago mawala sa atmosphere natin, mga 10 years.
You're looking pretty smug.
What's the pattern?
Anong pattern?
Another easy one. Light the 4 corners of the pad. You really didn't need my help for this one. It would be a common pattern when guessing symbols.
I have to give you something to do, right?
Anong guessing symbols? Ha? Nuclear winter tinatawag din eh. Mamatay yung mga crops because mabablock niya nga yung sun eh. Matagal yung bago mawala sa atmosphere natin. Ako sa mga tao ba't di-isip? Paano yung mga bioweapon? Iba pa yung bioweapon na yan, mga chemicals na yan. Ano ang clue dito? Ano to? Oh. Anong clue dito? Sa 4 na corners. Okay. Ito na.
Look at all the vacuum tubes. Must be one in every room in the settlement. Keepers must have been busy.
It's what Grace does with the wishes that should interest us.
O nga, ano bang ginagawa doon sa mga wish na yun? Lahat ng bansa ngayon gusto na magkaroon ng ng... Wow, ito yung elevator. Talagang upuan ng maraming tao pababa or pataas. Tapos parang doon sa sa Star City, sa mga biglang bababa. O, ayan na. What's
Did you
happening?
like my little game?
You mean the game where you refused to help us?
I provided you with the opportunity to prove yourself. Is that not why you're here?
I'm an archaeologist. I'm here to do my job.
I don't think Addie enjoys having obstacles placed in the way of her goals.
We have arrived at our destination.
Okay. Mukhang simbahan.
The Spire pilgrims must have gathered here to listen to the Keeper's sermons, I guess.
People will return here once the beacon is restored. Flock and shepherd will be reunited.
Wala nang tao eh. People will return here. How can people return here? Wala
Signs of
tao.
conflict?
Or a strength contest?
Pag malapit na matapos, tapusin ko na to ah. Ang daming wish dito.
Wish canisters.
These have never been used.
For recording wishes, maybe. They look pretty banged up.
Okay, mga hindi pa nagamit.
Where is Grace? Well, I'm not alone in wondering.
I am here. It is the people who are lost.
Someone went through a lot of food. Pilgrims were building fires. Why would they do that?
Ewan ko. Parang binaril nga, ayan, may mga bullet shots dun, oh. Parang pinagbabaril eh. Siguro na din yung mga pinaka-AI na Grace sa taas siguro sa
Seems to be holding my weight.
Okay, tayo. Tingnan natin. kung ano yung nasa taas. Parang gusto kong ituloy ito eh. Parang novel na.
This must weigh a ton. At least a couple people work together to break through here.
Teka lang. Ano ba dito? Dito siguro nagsesermon si ano.
So the keeper must have stood here, addressed the visitors, gave his sermons.
Oh,
Can you imagine having the solar system coming to you for answers?
The keeper was merely a vessel for the word of grace.
Then why not have Grace address them?
There's sometimes more power in what is imagined than in what is seen.
Looks like people camped out here. Death to Everett. Pretty clear who they blamed. It must have been written with charcoal from the fires.
Gusto nila patay si Everett, okay.
This must be an attempted barricade. I'm guessing there was a lengthy siege. So, when Grace shut down, the pilgrims blamed the keeper. They demanded to see Grace, or thought they could reactivate her. The keeper turned off the heat. Pilgrims built fires, dug in. They eventually got restless. Wish canisters started flying. As pilgrims were breaking through the partition, the keeper and his followers built up a barricade. We'll have to make our way through the barricade to learn how it ended.
Okay, tignan natin. Parang sinisisi nila si Everett. Nagtatrabaho lang naman yata si Everett kay Grace. Hindi naman siya yung direktang ano eh.
Can't make this out. 2766 to 2780. These dates are from the old Julian calendar, which makes them very old.
1,200 years by all accounts.
2780 to 2830. I'm guessing these were the time periods that these keepers served here.
Ito yung mga keepers.
Here either.
Okay.
$29.42 to $29.56. This would mean keepers were at the spire for at least
444 years.
That sounds about right. Second barricade. Looks like they got under this one.
Roll. Parang patapos na. Tapusin ko na.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
Oxygen tanks. Everett upped the ante.
Oxygen.
Cut off life support here. Long live Grace.
Apparently not.
This canister looks undamaged.
And it has been recorded on.
Sige nga, hack natin.
Oxygen is almost out. We are going to make one last push today before returning to the ships. Grace, help us. We will win.
Nauubos na yung oxygen nila. Bakit? Ano ba nangyari dito?
Hold on, Addy. The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
Wala nga pala tayong helmet kasi may oxygen na binigay sa atin. So dito wala nang oxygen dito sa lugar na to. Okay.
The tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addie.
Teka na. Let's do this. Putas, oh.
What happened here?
More rioting?
This doesn't look operational.
Let me try it, Addie.
Okay.
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
Si control na naman.
On one condition.
And what's that?
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me alone.
Ayun lang!
Hang on.
No, Addy.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the enclave above, through the many devices and instruments at my control.
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
Yun lang.
She will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my side.
Isa lang ang makaka-control netong mga device, si Control. Kaso binigyan tayo ng ultimatum. Tutulungan kita sa isang condition lang. Itapon mo yung relo mo, yung device mo. Sa akin ka lang makikinig, ako lang ang pakikinggan mo. Sabi niya, paano kita papakinggan? Tatapon ko nga device ko. Ako bahala, ako magko-control lahat. Itatapon ko na yung relo, wala na. Wala na. GG na.
So if I throw this away, you'll take me to the top.
It will be done.
There must be other options, Addie.
The emergency exit in the airlock may provide an alternative path.
Anong gagawin ko? Sabi naman ng isa, pwede ako umakyat dito. Pag tinapon ko, tutulungan ako ni Control umakyat. Mawawala yung relo ko. Mawawala yung mga ibang kausap ko. Ito naman, hindi sigurado kung... Tulungan nyo nga ako! Tulungan niyo ako, hoy! Should we throw the watch? Or should I go here? Ano ba? Pwede ba
I
itapon?
should consider other options first.
Wag daw, wag. Okay, buti naman.
This door leads out into the storm?
To your certain demise. Yes.
He's being dramatic.
Buti hindi pwede
Death is
itapon.
only marginally likely.
In theory, you could follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse structure.
It would be dangerous.
So I give up my options by throwing away my comm, or take my chances in the storm.
It's an important decision, to be sure.
You must not do this, Addie. In taking this risk, you jeopardize all of humanity. Would you deny them my guidance and protection?
This is what can happen when you make ultimatums.
You and your ilk were distracting Addie from her true purpose.
Ano ba?
We are providing Addie with a variety of perspectives.
Hindi naman yata pwede itapon yung watch eh. Kasama ata sa story yun eh. Pumunta ako sa glass eh, wala naman sinabi. Kung tapon ko na, pwede ko ba itapon ngayon? Ay, nako! Pwede ba ako mag-save? Hindi ko alam gagawin ko. Throw away device. Akyat tayo ng safe. Or itapon yung... Or dumaan tayo dito. Guys, time na rin tayo. I think I have to save here na lang. And pag-isipan nating maigi to, mga kaibigan. Sa tingin ko patapos na tong game na to. Ayan, okay. So, hindi ko alam gagawin. Next week. Sige, next week. Siguro, ilalari ko ito siguro mga Monday para matuloy ka agad natin. Kasi baka mahaba pa, may cinematics pa. Time na tayo magti-TikTok pa ako.